Hughes Springs, discovered in 1839 by brothers Reese and Robert Hughes from Alabama while looking for pirate gold. Springs derived name from iron salts in the water. In 1847, Reese Hughes, wealthy planter who later built iron foundry, started the first town of Hughes Springs right here. Let's go. Chilling underneath this gazebo right here is where I will start this Hughes Springs, Texas vlog. So Hughes Springs, a very small yet very charming town and somewhat a low-key tourist spot. So let's get into it, shall we? Now Hughes Springs is located in southwestern Cass County, just above the Morris County line. And in 1839, Reese Hughes built the first cabin in the area near 3 mineral springs. The springs were first called Shalabeat Springs and soon to became known as Hughes Springs, as did the settlement which grew up there. So the settlement ultimately became named after Reese Hughes, and it was founded in 1847, as you can see right here in this mural. And they also have a historical spring park about a block away. We'll get to that a little later. But this is a really nice mural to open up this vlog. Welcome to Hughes Springs, home of the wildflower trails of the Texas Festival. And as you can see, this mural illustrates the agricultural and the flowers of Texas, this particular region anyway. It's like some type of log cabin building back here. Really interesting. But let's continue. It's gonna be I know this is gonna be a really intriguing vlog in a town that a lot of you guys probably never even heard of. I myself, prior to doing research, never heard of Hughes Springs. But that's Texas for you. Texas is so big, there's several small towns scattered across the state. You even have this Hughes Springs area public library. So they have a downtown library, that's nice. Hughes Springs Public Library. We're gonna get to that side in a minute. The Tri-Cities Thrifty Insurance Inc. building. So they have an insurance company right here in downtown. So it is, being that Hughes Springs is a small town and it's after 6 p.m., the vast majority of these establishments are going to be closed. Cass County Title Company, Bachman Insurance. I also saw a Bachman Insurance Agency in a previous town. I forgot which one it was. East Texas Investments. It's actually occupied by an agave bloom med spa. Very nice. So a lot of economic activity going on here in downtown Hughes Springs. The store is called the Gypsy Butterfly Design. They even have a kissing booth on display on the window. Wow, interesting. It's a mural of nature, butterflies, vines wrapped around the columns. It's really nice and peaceful artwork. here is the signature of the artist. I can't make out what that is, but shout out to the artist. They go to railroad tracks over there. Now, with the railroad tracks being right here, you got the snack shack right here. So, the snack shack burger spot. Now, the railroad tracks always facilitate growth, especially of a town of Hughes Springs' historical nature. As I mentioned earlier, there were 3 mineral springs that were built in the town. So mineral springs have a lot of healing qualities to it. It's pure and natural water. It's very good for you. It's a barbershop in that building right there. And check this out. They even have this Jeep for sale, this Jeep Wrangler. They want $13,900, so almost 14,000 miles. 77 or $14,000, excuse me. It's an 05 Jeep Wrangler, 77,000 original miles. So 77,000 miles is pretty low for a 2005 Jeep Wrangler. Very interesting, but they have it for sale. Just for those that are interested, it just so happened to be in the Hughes Springs area and are unaware. I'm over on the other side of East First Street. This is the automotive, mechanical, and body shop. They do collision repair. They also do AC repair, full service, tires, brakes, oil change, the whole 9. So it's good that they have those services right here in the small town of Hughes Springs. Rocasa Organics. This looks to be vacant. Really nice artwork though of the green pastures. Green pastures on the Texas farmland. As you can see, Texas state flag. They have an instrument shop right here, offering custom guitars, acoustic and electric. Okay. Musical instrument shop, Tutors Music. It's called Tutors. Oh look, they got the Fleetwood Mac vinyl. So that was Fleetwood Mac. I'm a huge Stevie Nicks fan, so yeah, love me some Stevie Nicks. They even have a Gorillaz poster, man. That was my childhood. Gorillaz. A happening. Feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. That just reminded me of that song, Clint Eastwood. That's what it was, the name of the song. To this day, don't understand the relevance of that title, but yeah, they have the woodwind instruments over here. Pretty cool. Again, that's called Tutors. It's the name of that shop. I'm over here on the elevated sidewalk, the Legacy Event Center. Okay. Again, across from the snack shack over there. It's a nicely designed building. They have the balconies, the wrought iron balconies. You know, I like buildings like that. And this is used to be an antique shop. Maybe it still is, I don't know. J Graham 99. So the mural looks old and faded, so I'm pretty sure it's still open. You know, a lot of these businesses are fixtures in the community for many generations. And yes, the Daniel Antique Company is indeed still open. You see some of the antiques right there. Very nice. Some more antiques. There goes a wooden carving of African queen bearing life, conception. About that. Really nice antiques. Even you have the old chessboard. Oh, that's pretty cool right there. I never seen a chessboard like that. Or at least the chess pieces. I don't remember seeing chess pieces like that. Bark Avenue Grooming. So they have a grooming shop for all you guys with the pets. H&R Block Tax Services right there. I didn't see that earlier. But again, it goes to Hughes Springs Library and Museum. Rockin' Tees. Rockin' Tees. So they do screen printing, embroideries on t-shirts, sublimation, vinyls, and more. So business based out of right here in Hughes Springs, Texas. And check out the t-shirts that they have on display. Hughes Springs Mustangs, which I'm guessing are the local high school mascot. It's really nice, showing local support, local spirit, school spirit. Y'all holler at J. Terry. It's a property for sale right here. Very nice, very nice. Don Juan's Cantina. I knew it was a matter of time before we see a Mexican restaurant. I mean, this is Texas, so there's tons of them here. No matter how big or small the city or town is. Don Juan's Mexican restaurant. Very colorful building. Tacos, enchiladas, fajitas. You know? Very cool. It's like a local staple here in the town. Shaw's Tire Repair Shop over there. Kinetic Physical Therapy Building. Which brings us to this mural. The Historical Spring Park and Veterans Monument, 1 block from this mural. And it's a really nicely designed mural. Again, it says, "Welcome to Hughes Springs." And these look like some prospectors exploring the land. Hughes Springs established in 1839, so some European prospectors right there. Settled while searching for Trammell's treasure. Okay, so yeah, I was right, searching for some treasure. Of course, a lot of prospectors came to Texas and other parts across the land of America. Now this looks like this mural was done in 2003 by the Design Factory Inc., C. Hodges and B. Attaway. So shout out to C. Hodges and B. Attaway and the Design Factory Company for doing this really dope mural a block away from Historical Spring Park, which is where we're going to go in a moment. But before we do that, let me go over here real quick. Right across the street, as you get towards the main drag where a lot of the local commercial establishments are, a lot of the chain spots, you have a Dairy Queen across the street. Now, why did I point out this Dairy Queen? Because I've never seen a Dairy Queen structured like this before. This is the first time I've ever seen a Dairy Queen shaped like that. They have the drive-through window. Basically, as soon as you drive in there, it's the windows right there. It's crazy. But that is an interesting looking Dairy Queen. Just wanted to point that out there before we proceed to Spring Park. Arrived at Spring Park, but before we do a deep dive into Spring Park, look at that really nice house over there. Nice house. And here we go at Spring Park. Now, Spring Park in Hughes Springs centers around the historic Chalybeate Springs, which were discovered in 1839 by brothers Reese and Robert Hughes. So we're gonna walk around Spring Park, and this is an American Legion post. This is another veterans memorial for all the veterans who have served faithfully in the armed services. So there's like a ton of bricks on here, and it looks like they're alphabetically arranged by the soldiers' last names, and they also display the rank as well as their service, their branch, and the amount of years that they served, the time frame that they served in the military. So shout out to those vets. Plenty more over on this side. But really nice park. You know, there goes the playground over there. It's the gazebo. And underneath, it looks it's gonna look very intriguing, very interesting. So maybe this is where the springs are. Looks like a water spout right up in here. Some seats around here as well. Yeah, this looks like this is definitely underneath here is where the springs are. Buck Florence Memorial. This plaque presented to the city of Hughes Springs by Bud and Jean Nevin and the Lynn and Nancy Gordon and Rod and Greta Wright families, dedicated to the Buck Florence family in memory of Buck's first official action as representative in the Texas state legislature. You know, so also the action was to initiate House Bill 1699, which designated our local wildflower trail as an official Texas state wildflower trail. And the bill was passed by the Texas House of Representatives on May 12, 1975, and State Senate on May 29, 1975, and became effective September 1st of that same year. And Hughes Springs, these springs that you see here, located on this original plantation of Reese Hughes, for whom Hughes Springs was named. The town was officially founded in May of 1878. And the post office established that same year. So yeah, Hughes Springs. Some springs that are sitting over there. They have some stone tables and stone seats over there. Plenty of seating here in the park. Let's go over here. And it looks like this is dried up. Due in large part because of the Texas heat. The intense Texas heat dried up this. Look how dry this is. It's supposed to be a stream bed or whatever you want to call it. So there's supposed to be a flow of water, but it looks very dry, very arid due to the, again, extreme Texas heat. No shocker there. So there's some residential area over here, some houses located in this area. want to get this part of the park. This tree right here, donated in memory of Mayo G. Castling for his outstanding contributions to this community and love for his fellow man. R.I.P. to Mr. Castling. And this bench right here is in memory of George Fight, Hughes Springs city manager. It's a nice granite, nice black granite stone right here on the bench. Really nice, really nice. So let's continue. Excuse me. Yep. It's a nice little some nice vegetation around this flow. I think that's supposed to be a stream. And there's some more stuff over here. Oh wow. So I guess the spring park extends over across the street. It's an interesting arrangement of these seats right here, these benches. Very interesting arrangement. But looks like there's plenty of shade over here, so that's a good thing. Yep. Well, there's Spring Park in a nutshell. Also looks like there's a church on this same street. So that's pretty cool. Nice little community park that they have here in Hughes Springs with a lot of historical value. Which brings us to the conclusion of another vlog. Thanks guys for tapping into this vlog here at Hughes Springs, Texas. I appreciate you guys greatly. If you made it this far, make sure you tap that like button. Also, if you're new to this channel, make sure you tap the subscribe button along with the notification bell. And once you hit the bell, make sure you select all. That way you get notified every time I drop a new vlog. And from Hughes Springs, Texas, guys, this is P9 signing off. Thanks again. Peace.